Good morning, sunshine, and welcome back to the sunny side. Oh, open mic night's Thursday night. So sorry. Thank you for letting me be here, regardless. Thank you so much for joining me again for another episode of Color is Magic. Today is all about the color green, invoking the energy of growth, hope, and promise. Also, green is commonly associated with money and wealth.
Get that stimulus check money. Actually, you should just send me yours.
I'll leave my Venmo down below. So, the color green is also associated with the heart chakra, a bridge between the mind and the body, how we love, accept, and express compassion to others and ourselves. There's just so many lovely things about green. I mean, even my makeup sponge is green. So if you want to get ready with me, find out how I did this green look, then just you keep watching. Okay, so today I am actually going to try something new. I see a lot of people do this and I've never done it. So clearly I have one of the eyes finished and we're gonna do the other one together. Now I'm pretty excited to do the right eye because my right eye tends to look better. So I feel pretty good about this. We're just gonna dive right in. I picked a few palettes that I really like, but I'm primarily working with the pistachio palette from the Sweet Shop collection by BH Cosmetics. Unfortunately, this is sold out and I don't think they're bringing it back. But this palette is so good. BH Cosmetics should really make this part of their permanent collection. The Sweet Shop palettes were all just so beautiful. Some of the coolest monochromatic palettes I've ever seen. But we're starting with this shade called Soft Serve. It's just this kind of nice pale green. This is a number 6 brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna pat that in the inner portion of the upper part of the eye lid area. You follow? So just about, a third of the way in. And then I'm swapping brushes to a Hey Shorty brush by Beauty Bay, and we're just gonna go down the line of shades. This next color is called Guilty Pleasure. By the way, just to give you a point of reference, the brushes that I'm using today, kind of fluffy but flat on the, how do I describe it? Skinny, rounded, kind of fluffy. So not the full round fluffy brush, which is what I often use. But these are really good for just applying like direct, these are really good for packing on color. I gotta say, anytime I do like wing shaped eyes, symmetry just bites me in the ass. I have done really amazing detailed full face looks with symmetrical imagery and line work, and I don't know why I can't just do like big things symmetrical. I'm pretty convinced that my eyes are actually like kind of shaped a little bit differently because, well, for sure this eye has like more creasing and more like folding. So anytime I do like actual like winged liner, this eye is more challenging, and so therefore I think I end up kind of overdoing it, and then I have to go back and forth and try to fix it, and it's just complicated. But we're moving on to this next shade. It's called Nutty. This is kind of like the true pistachio shade in the palette. It's so pretty. And I've got the Hide and Sleek. And I'm cutting this, I'm gonna actually go out kind of a little further than I need to, because when I did this over here, I ended up just creating the shape with a makeup remover cloth, so I'm bringing it out further than it needs to go. making sure to kind of keep my brow relaxed so that I'm not, you know, compensating for the expression. That made perfect sense to me in my brain as I said it out loud. Honestly, sometimes I think I'm just kind of like making my own language up while I talk about this stuff. Compensating for the expression. Don't you know? It's a thing. So I have a wet and very abused microfiber makeup rag. I'm just going to wipe this into the same shape that's over here, so just toward the tail of the brow. By the way, St. Patrick's Day is one of those holidays that I've always found really charming. I don't know, I don't get super into a lot of the major holidays, oddly enough. Christmas is fine. Thanksgiving is gross based purely on what it came from, but I do like food. I love Halloween, duh. But yeah, in general, I tend to favor these sort of like smaller holidays. I think Easter is so fucking cute. I love St. Patrick's Day just because I love the color green, and I'm not huge on drinking, but you know, back when I was, it's a fun, obviously, drinking holiday. And I don't even really remember the full story about the snakes and whatever in Ireland and stuff like that. But I remember thinking it was really interesting, and it doesn't seem problematic. Okay, this feels like it's maybe symmetrical. I don't know yet. I won't know until I start lining it. So speaking of, moving on to Cone or Cup, this deep sort of algae shade. It's teal, no, yeah, I'm gonna stick with algae. It's like a deep blue-green. I have a paintbrush, so it's a 6mm Crafter's Choice. Anyway, whatever, it's a paintbrush. But it's perfectly flat and angled. It's a little bit bigger than your typical, like, angled winged liner brush, and I like that about it. So you could use a winged liner brush, but here I am using a paintbrush. This part, it's really important that you do tapping motions and not sweeping motions, which can cause it to look a little bit more smeary, and you'll have less defined lines that way. So I am starting like slightly below the waterline and just creating that beginning of that shape. I think this is symmetrical. I mean, I still don't know, but I feel good about it. And I think that's what matters the most. So now I'm going to start the shape going upward, once again relaxing my brow so this hooded eye scenario doesn't make it all wonkadoodle. I had somebody recently actually ask me for advice on symmetry, and I just thought, have you looked at my makeup closely? Like I said, I can do it sometimes. I don't know. That is a hard thing, and I don't know how to give advice on it because I haven't hacked it. You just practice and, you know, do a lot of staring at yourself in the mirror. Alright, so since I've got the basic shape of this, I'm going to put a little concealer on the back of my hand. This is Pat McGrath concealer. You can use whatever concealer you like. We're taking a cut crease brush from Sigma, and I'm just gonna sculpt out up here, give this a little bit of a sharper edge so that I can add the shimmer shade that's over here on top of it. Alright, I'm hopping over to the Avocado Toast palette from BH Cosmetics as well. Another green-centric palette. I'm actually not going to be using this one a lot today, not because I don't like it, but just because the other one, the shades are clearly meant to go together, and some of these greens, the tones were just a little off, but I'm just using the shade called Over Easy. It's kind of just a skin tone-y type, like nudie yellow, and I'm just adding it right up here. This is a Wayne Goss number 19 brush, but you can really use any like pointy brush. I'm adding a touch more over here. I have another Hey Shorty brush from Beauty Bay, and we're going to this Sweet Life shade from the Pistachio palette. Oh my god. Can I just tell you, the shimmers in this palette are insanity. They're so perfect. They're just buttery and gorgeous. I like this one. It's a little bit more of like a topper style shade. It's kind of on the subtle side, but it's just real pretty. And I'm gonna pat that up here in that blank area. Back to my paintbrush and the liner shade to bolden these lines. I'm not necessarily going for like perfect graphic liner. I do want this to have a bit of a smudged effect. I'm not going to blend the edges out, but I like that it looks a little bit hazy. Okay, I'm definitely seeing where I went wrong with the symmetry. This goes up a little bit more of a direct angle. I don't have the energy to try and make them look exactly the same. These green shapes are sisters. They're about 10 years apart. Nobody thinks that they're related, but you know what? We all know they're sisters. This is a Tati Beauty Blendiful. This is a Pat McGrath concealer brush. This is a Real Techniques blending sponge. I know we just want to call these beauty blenders, just like we want to call jeans Levi's and soda Coke. I mean, live your life. Call it what you want. It's a sponge. A beauty blender sponge. Back to that soft serve shade and the same brush that I used to apply it over here to put a touch over here. Then I have this brush from Bestoup. It does not have a name, but it is sort of a dense, almost pencil brush type brush. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, this is the brush that I am using for the Sweet Life shade that was up here. And I am going to go in on the inner corner and down. I am going to spritz that with a setting spray first. Ooh, luxurious.
Do.
Now I have this gel liner from Colourpop called Electric Daisy, which I'm going to put just in the inner corner portion of this eye. Yeah. And a shade called Fast Lane, also from Colourpop. This is a shade that basically matches this liner. Somehow I forgot my eyelid. Interesting. So, I have one of the notepad palettes from the crayon case. This is the green edition. I really like this light metallic green in here. So that's what I'm putting on my lid. I'm using a number 7 brush from BH Cosmetics to do that. Wet. I usually just use a brush with shimmer shades on the inner corner part because it's hard to get with my finger, but I prefer to use a finger otherwise. Alright, so the nutty shade from over here that's here, I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Just kind of deepen that a touch. Okay, now I'm going over, I just have this little package of AB crystals in various sizes, and I'm gonna take some Duo lash glue and just put a couple dots right here. I definitely put a little too much glue on, and the crystal was sort of just sliding down, so oops. And I usually let it dry for a second first. I just got a little ahead of myself there. Fresh crystal. Okay, that's better. Now, mascara, which you don't need to see, so I'm just gonna do that real quick, finish up my base complexion products, and then I have one more little detail that I want to do with you before I put on lipstick, so I'll just be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So I just put on a touch of a cool toned bronzer, a wee bit of blush, and this gorgeous highlighter called the Chimera from Ritual Defeat. It's got like a green tone to it. It's so pretty, so pretty. So the fantasy that I have in mind, that I hope works because I did not practice before this filming sesh, is I have this Maron Aqua Color. I don't want to tilt it too much because I've got water in there, but in a spoolie, and I just want to flick little splashes of green, like up here. It's fine if it gets on the cheeks and whatnot. I don't want it to be like all over my face, but just some green splatters. I thought this sounded fun. Fun. So, put a few drops of water in this. I'm just stirring to make sure that it's nice and pigmented and mixed. Okay, I'm just gonna use a little piece of plastic to guard this from going everywhere. Yay! That is exactly what I wanted it to look like. It doesn't look super interesting when you can't see it up close on the camera, but it's just a little paint splatter effect. I'm feeling pretty good about this. All right, I'm gonna wash up my hands a bit and put on some lip primer, and we'll finish this out with some lip. Okay, so I decided I don't want this look to be like painfully monochromatic, so I'm gonna go with kind of a teal lip instead of a green lip. But yeah, I have the Alt lip liner from Colourpop, and this Sugar Pill Lippy is called Euphoria. And I primed my lips with the Ghost Veil Primer from Lime Crime. I have an exact blend brush from Sigma that I'm going to use to just blur out these edges. Colourpop's lip liners are usually really creamy, and this one was not. So I'm just touching up around the edges now because that did not blend out well. Duly noted. By the way, if you haven't tried Sugar Pill's lippies, you're really missing out. They're so amazing, and they kind of smell like oranges. So I think for once in my life, I'm going to stick with a matte lip, and I'm not going to put any glossy highlighter action on this. I am, however, going to throw on a lash and a different outfit because I can't just wear this St. Patrick's Day t-shirt. No. And I'll be right back. I had a really lovely time getting ready with you. I feel good about the finished look. I've been dying to wear this. It's, let me show you real quick. This double-breasted green blazer I found at Goodwill, super cheap. It fits like a glove, and I wish I was going to a St. Patrick's Day soiree so that I could wear this.
And drink green drinks and have green snacks and have people throw money at me and twirl around with my leprechaun friends.
But you know what? That's not happening, and that's okay. Also, St. Patrick's Day is my 5th anniversary since I got my dog Paisley. So I told him I would make him scrambled eggs for breakfast. And if I felt comfortable giving my dog green dye, I would just make them green eggs because that's fun. But I'm not going to do that because that's rude and weird. And I'm not rude and weird. I'm a little weird. But I'm not particularly rude. But don't cross me. I am going to leave you with some kind words, some magical affirmations, if you will, and do what you please with it. I am worthy of love, just as my heart is filled with love to share. I am connected to the motherly energy of Earth and send thanks to the goddess Venus for the powerful love she provides. I am lucky and I feel abundance and a connection to my surroundings, and I spread that energy to you today. Thank you. As always, please hit the like button, leave a little comment down below, tell me something that made you smile today, and if you haven't already subscribed, that'd be cute. If not, just subscribe already. I will see you Friday for another episode of Drugstore Extravagant. I really gotta name that series because every time I'm like, Drugstore Smackdown, Anyway, I'm testing out drugstore products. I think I'm gonna do LA Girl on Friday because I have some real cute palettes from them. Anyhow, good to see you as always. Take it easy.
Goodbye.